just got back from my sister's house. Vanessa and I went to Jessica's house to go hang out with Bella, Priscilla, her, Vanessa, and I to watch the Stranger Things documentary. And while we're watching the Stranger Things documentary, the power goes out and then it comes back on and then it goes out and then it comes back on. And it does that about 5 times until eventually it just turns off and doesn't come back on. So we're all telling ghost stories. We're learning about each other. What's each other's biggest pet peeve? What's the worst thing you've gone through? This and that. Today I felt really overwhelmed and really overstimulated. I haven't had a lot of energy recently. I've felt so drained. I haven't been waking up at my wake up time, or if I do, I'm not doing my responsibilities. I just lay in bed. I stay up so late at night and I've been scrolling so much more. Like, I've been on my phone so much more than I have been in the last few months. I feel like I'm just numbing my brain. I'm trying to find a distraction. I'm trying to avoid my thoughts because earlier I was just so overwhelmed and I couldn't be alone. But now the stress is starting to catch up with me. It's been 2 weeks with no answers. No answers about whether or not I'm transferring. No answers on what I'm going to be doing with my car. I'm thankful for the distress tolerance, exposure therapy I'm essentially getting through all of this. I keep telling myself I like challenges and I want to be challenged, and now I am being challenged. It's just not in the form that I was really anticipating or wanting, and that's what makes it a challenge. So I'm happy in the end. But as I start to struggle more, it's hard to push myself and use the energy I do have to do things that are productive for me. I've gotten back in the habit of just laying in bed and scrolling, avoiding my thoughts and feelings. And I have this favorite person, my old coworker, my old friend, that pops up in my head all the time, and it's like, get out, like, get out, get out, get out. I'm really just trying to be patient with myself, and I'm trying to be compassionate. I'm just trying to look at the situation for what it is, and I'm trying to control what I can control and relinquish control for what I can't control. A part of what I can control is my routine, and I've completely fallen out of my routine. I'm not waking up on time, and I'm not doing my stretches. I'm not even doing my calisthenics. I haven't even written out my goals yet. I feel like I get in bed and I just don't want to think about anything, but then I'm thinking about everything and I'm not processing my thoughts properly. But then it's also like, okay, go for a walk, but then it's like, I don't have the energy to go for a walk right now. All I want to think about is my old coworker. It still doesn't feel great whenever I'm falling into old habits that make me feel like a borderline that's crazy, and all she's thinking about is this one guy and how she can change everything in her life. I'm thankful for my conscious experience, and I know that everything's going to be okay. Everything will be okay. It's just, if I have to get a new job, that's gonna really suck. If I have to get a new car, that's gonna really suck. I was just really stressed and overwhelmed today because there's a lot that I have to figure out, and there's a lot that I have to do, and I know I can do it. I just have to be patient with myself because I've been a lot slower the last few days. I've been doing what I can, and it's not like I've been completely unproductive, but I would like to do a little bit more. But I also might be coming out of my manic episode and I might be going into depression, but also I like to pretend I'm not bipolar. I'm never going to be depressed again. I don't even know what that is. What the fuck even is that? Like, what? Good morning. I called out of work today and got my shift covered because I think I might be getting my period today, and I don't want to deal with my period cramps or potentially my ovarian cyst getting triggered at work. So we're at home in bed instead. I was having a lot of feelings last night. You know, I have my favorite person, and I was in bed last night just crying. I was rereading messages, listening to a voice note that he had once sent me one of the last few days I saw him. I just get really in my head, and I'm perceiving the situation through my feelings still. There are so many layers when you go through situations and lessons and circumstances in life. Like, the way you perceive situations will constantly change based on the way you process it. Right now, I'm very much in my feelings, so I'm perceiving the situation through the lens of my feelings while also trying to do my best to see it outside of the lens of my feelings. I just kept crying and I kept reminiscing and I kept ruminating, and I decided it was about time that I deleted the conversation. I didn't want to delete it because it's like, I want that voice note. I like listening to his voice. I'm probably never gonna hear that shit again. It's like, you don't want to delete it, you don't want to let go, because when you let go, it's like, damn, I can't like keep coming back to this for comfort. I can't use this as an escape from reality. I can't use this to avoid my responsibilities. What? Letting go is always really hard when it comes to a favorite person, but I know I'm getting better at this, and I know I'm doing better. I know I'm allowed to have feelings. I'm allowed to feel what I feel. There's a lot of unethical aspects to it. My sense of self isn't attached to him in a way that it would be attached to a favorite person in the past, but I feel attached to the connection that we shared, even if it was small, insignificant, brief, a blimp in time. It's just something I don't want to let go of, but I have to, and this is where we're at. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release him. Vanessa's currently getting breakfast at Chick-fil-A. I'm probably gonna make myself some avocado toast sometime soon because I have a shit ton of avocados to eat. I need to edit my Outliving My Diagnosis episode today. I would like to clean out my car. I would like to get the pictures for my vision board, maybe even print them and pick them up today. We'll see how that goes. I want to continue showing up for myself the best I can. I'm trying to stop abandoning myself. I'm trying to stop neglecting myself. I'm just trying to do different than I have in the past, and I'm already doing a really great job. I'm currently on my period, so I've been extra emotional and hormonal. I can't seem to get out of my bed. There are so many more productive things I could be doing right now. I hate how much I really want comfort from another person. Stop crying! I saw a post on Instagram the other day, and it was talking about how most of us, we don't want to be alone when we're struggling. We don't want to be alone during hard times, but we also don't want to be alone when things are good. We don't want to be alone in our joy. You know, it's nice to experience it with someone else. And I'm sitting here in this life that I really love, and I'm really healthy, I'm really happy, I really care about myself, and I'm like still alone. I'm laying in a big ass bed alone. I make meals that 2 people could eat, and I eat them alone. I want to share my life with someone. I want to lay in my bed and not be alone crying because there's no one holding me. I want someone to hold me. Every time I imagine myself being cuddled, I just start crying, and then in my imaginative fantasy I start crying too, because there was this one time that Xavier actually held me. I was crying because I was breaking up with him, but I didn't want to break up with him. I was just trying to do what I knew was best for me. And in a weird turn of events, he actually comforted me and he held me, and it felt like, oh, so maybe if I cry, maybe if I feel sad, maybe if I feel bad, maybe then I'll get comfort from him, but that's not something that came often. And I want to find someone in the future that wants to hold me, because every time I find comfort from someone, I have to ask for it. And I would really like to have a partner that would want to hold me, you know, like that's something they desire. It's not just because it's my desire. I'm not alone. I have great connections, great friends, great family, great community. And when I love, whether it's romantic or platonic, it's the same type of love. Like I love my platonic friends the same way I love my romantic partners. It's just my romantic partners, I want to suck their dick. I'm getting to a point in my life where I have to acknowledge the value I have, and I can't just dismiss it through a lens of insecurity, fear, or scarcity. My power and value does not stem from external perception or how much power or value people perceive me to have. I know my power, I know my value, and I know that with power comes responsibility, and I have to be responsible for myself. I can't just be handing my value and power over to anyone just because I don't want to be alone. I keep trying to build connections with people where I have to devalue myself in order to maintain the connection. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to just settle for a little bit of comfort and a little bit of value in a relationship because that's all I'm willing to give myself. I'm so impatient, and I'm also not even looking for a relationship. It's like I don't even want a relationship to the point that I'm gonna go on dating apps and look for one. Like I'm pretty happy with myself. It's just I do desire a partner. I don't know how to express fully how I feel. Like I want a partner, but I don't really want a relationship. I mean, I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't care to go fishing even though there are a billion fish in the sea. I don't want to get on dating apps. I know I want to meet someone naturally, authentically, and I'm not saying love can't be found online or love can't be found by looking, but I don't need a relationship. It's just that I meet people that I am very fond of, and then I'm like, okay, I would like a relationship with you, and so then I get attached and I get infatuated, and then I hyperfixate on the idea of a relationship with them, and then I start to crave what you can get out of a relationship because I start to crave those things from them. It's just really annoying. Like I can give myself everything but the comfort from another person, everything but sexual connection with another person. Last year I had a video go viral where I was talking about buying my first vibrator because I just have never masturbated. I've never like experienced pleasure necessarily. Like I'll feel things here and there, but like sex has always been for the other person. Sex has always been transactional for me. But the videos where I was talking about masturbating went viral. I went viral for this little girl right here. I started to explore myself more, and I experienced what pleasure feels like. I've been trying to learn more about my body, but it's not something I do a lot. When I get horny, it's at the most inconvenient times. Most times it's whenever I'm at work or I'm on my period or whenever Vanessa's here and I can't even do anything. I bought another toy as well, and this one's been even better than the first one that I got because this one goes more like directly on it. This one has more of like a suctioning thing, so I like this one a lot more. I haven't used this one in a hot second. So like I know I can try to learn about my own body and provide my own sexual pleasure, but I don't have something to suck for myself. I was joking with one of my friends, Jazz, and I was telling her about my masturbating journey and how I bought popsicles to try to like imitate But obviously the popsicle was not a good substitution because it was just too cold and it would break in my mouth, and it was just not a pleasurable experience. She laughed at me and I laughed at myself. It's just annoying not being able to provide myself everything I need. Like, I do have to depend on other people for some things. Community is a human need. Sex is a human need. Like, I have needs, okay? And they never get met. Y'all, look at this masterpiece I made tonight, okay? I made Chipotle at home. We got chef struggles up in the house, okay? You can't beat my meals. I love the food I make myself. It's gonna be so hard finding someone who can take care of me as well as I take care of myself. Like, this is about to be so fucking bomb. Obviously, it's not Chipotle, but it is nutritious. It's gonna be filling. It's gonna give me everything I need, okay? It's gonna make me happy. I got my vision board photos from Walgreens, and I'm really happy that I can finally make my new vision board. I also went to Publix and I got an immunity shot because I was feeling kind of sick with my lungs, and I'm feeling a lot better now, thankfully. But I also saw that the smoothies I like were on BOGO, and so I got the BOGO smoothies, but then they weren't ringing up as BOGO, and the customer service person was helping me, and they ended up giving me 2 of them for free. I didn't have to pay for any of the smoothies. I got 2 free smoothies. I got 2 free tacos! We're gonna go ahead and do a taste test, okay? We're gonna see if this is a flop or not. Oh, it looks even prettier when I mix it. Look at this masterpiece. I made this. Food is 9 out of 10, okay? It could probably use a little bit more flavor. Let's actually try to add some Tabasco. I'm a Texas Pete gal, but I feel like some Tabasco would give it a little bit of a kick. I never eat my Chipotle bowls with Tabasco, so this is gonna be a first for both of us. Okay. I'm feeling emotional right now because I'm filming a video for Facebook Marketplace showing that Brenda works, the engine works, I'm showing the lights that are on because I'm trying to sell Brenda. And I'm just so sad because Brenda and I have been on so many adventures together. Brenda took care of me in so many different ways. I've lived in Brenda. I'm so thankful to Mr. Tommy for finding Brenda, talking the seller down to $5,000, and then I'm able to buy Brenda. But I just love Brenda so much. Like, I've slept with my best friend in this car. Not like that. I was traveling the southern states. I was able to go visit Haley. I visited my family in Louisiana. This car was my income for a long time. I did my Uber Eats in this car, and I experienced so much anxiety. I was always so terrified of her breaking down, which I can validate and understand because at that time, without Brenda, I had nothing. Brenda has helped me build my life, and I'm just so thankful for this car. I think I'm gonna end up having to buy another car, which does work out in my favor because I know I want to be a mechanic, and it would be nice to have a car that's not a hybrid that I could do maintenance on and do a lot of learning with. The wrench light has seemed to turn off, so that's a good thing. Hopefully that was just like a little glitch because my throttle body was literally changed a year ago, and that's the light that would typically turn on for my throttle body, and I think everything's gonna be okay now, but we'll see. There are a couple things I want to cover, a couple thoughts I want to share, and then I will let you go on your merry way until you see me again next week. First, let's talk about the work transfer. Hopefully tomorrow is the day I get an answer, like a definitive answer, whether or not they have space or whether or not I can transfer. I don't really know my next steps until I really know definitively whether or not I have this new job or not. If I could walk to work for a little while, that would be amazing, but I also do think I might end up buying another car regardless. I will still walk to work, but it would be something that I could use for my mechanics. I've been scrolling a lot. I have been ruminating a lot. I have been spending a lot of time in my head rather than taking action. And I've just been on my phone for hours. And whenever I haven't been on my phone scrolling, I've been laying over to my side with my eyes closed, maladaptive daydreaming. I am definitely horny. I'm definitely really wanting some action. I'm also on my period, which really sucks. The horniness, the scrolling, they're good distractions for me. I don't want to take action. I don't want to put effort into anything. I don't want to take responsibility for my life and my goals. So you know what I can do? I can waste my time by living in my head or scrolling on my phone. I really need to do something about it because it's getting really bad. I think that a lot of these habits are also stemming from the fact that I've had such a long to-do list the last few days, and I just haven't felt like I've been able to catch up. I haven't had a lot of time to regulate myself and spend time with myself without this long ass to-do list hanging over my head. It's like I get some things done. I'm a lot more productive than I used to be just in general. My lifestyle and my habits are astronomically different than how they were not only a year ago, but 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Season 1 Stephanie to season 3 Stephanie is a very different person. And so I'm thankful that throughout my days, even when they don't feel like productive days or as productive as I would like them to be, I'm still getting things done. I got my dishes done. Be proud of me. Everybody clap. I'm thinking about restricting the time that I'm able to be on certain apps. This is something I do every so often whenever I just don't like how often I'm active on an app. On Instagram, I feel like I have 6 hours this week on 6 hours doing what? What am I doing on Instagram for 6 hours? I just got the app back. I had deleted a lot of my social media. I deleted TikTok. I deleted Instagram. I was just taking a general break, and now I'm back to scrolling nonstop, and I just don't feel fulfilled by it. So I got to make some kind of change to solve this problem because I do not like how I've been feeling, and I don't like how much time I've been staring at a screen and how much time I've just been numbing myself. Go step back outside, Steph. You only went on a walk for like an hour today. That's the only that's the only time you were outside today. Do you understand how concerning that is? Go sit on your porch, please. If you guys don't watch my TikTok lives or any of my live streams, I have a segment on my live streams where I do chef struggles, where I cook food and just chat. I take my nutrition pretty seriously now. I really care about what I put in my body, and I want it to taste good. And so I'm always trying new things, and I'm also trying to stay consistent with the things I do make. So I meal prep my protein, so it's really easy for me to make my meals and know what I need to defrost. Okay, I want to make 2 steaks tomorrow. Let me defrost 2 steaks. Okay, I want to make chicken Alfredo. Okay, let me defrost a chicken. These are 2 examples of how I meal prep my protein. So this one's my steak. Look at her. We have individual steaks. I hung out with my neighbor Christina last night, and I always enjoy our conversations. I enjoy spending time with her. And she's really just helping me hone in on the beliefs that I know I want, the habits I know I want, the self-perception I know I want. I was talking to her about the Ferrari thing. Like, I think I'd mentioned that I perceive myself to be a Ferrari because we were talking about self-worth and guys and standards. And she was telling me, you're not even a Ferrari. Like, don't even think about it like that. You're priceless. And I was like, okay, bars. I can get behind that. I'm not even a Ferrari, you know? I'm priceless. I'm just trying to value myself more. I want to have a better self-perception than I've always had. I feel like I always get involved with guys where they perceive me to have only one form of value, and that one form of value is sex. They have no interest in getting to know me. They're not curious about me. They're not asking questions about my life or my beliefs or my thoughts. They're not challenging me in any way. They genuinely just want to get in my pants, and that's the only intention that they have with me because that's the only value they perceive me to have. And I just want to be able to value myself enough that whenever I notice the signs that someone is only valuing me for sex, I'm trying to make sure that I can actually acknowledge those signs instead of ignoring them, because I just want someone to value me, even if it's only a little. I'm trying to get to a point where it literally disgusts me when someone asks for less than all of me. Why would you want less than everything I have to offer? Like, I have so much value, and if you can't see that, that's okay. I might not be the value you need in your life. That doesn't make me less than, it just makes me not what you need. That doesn't make you bad either. You don't have to want me. You don't have to need me. You don't have to value me. But I do have to value myself, and I need to get to a point where it literally disgusts me when someone presents themselves as an option to me, but they want less than all of me. But we're gonna go ahead and change settings real quick so that way Vanessa can actually come inside, because she's currently standing outside because she's an amazing sister. And I was like, let me just finish up this last segment and I can change settings. The porch is wet, and so now my socks are wet and my dress is going to be wet, but that's okay. I'm really hoping to sell Brenda in the next few days. I think it would be really beneficial for me to actually have that extra cash. And if I buy another car, the money I get from Brenda can go towards that. But we're just going to wait and see. We're going to go with the flow. We're going to be patient because, again, we don't even know if we're transferring or not yet. We don't know if we're going to get this car or not yet. We don't know what's happening because life is still kind of in limbo, but we can manage. We got this. We're capable. We're strong. I printed out all of my vision board pictures, and I would like to get started on my vision board sometime soon. I would like to be able to do a 10-minute plank. I would like to be able to do a 5-minute dead hang, being able to hold my own body weight for at least 5 minutes. A lot of my goals are going to be more tailored towards my mobility. I want to start working on my feet. I want to work on my knees. I want to work on my shoulders. I want to create a good foundation for myself. And then whenever I really start to get into calisthenics and I start strength training, then I already have healthy habits and I move my body in healthy ways. I use proper form when getting up and picking things up. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to make myself some dinner, maybe get a couple things done here and there, and then go to bed because it's already late and I have work in the morning. If you learned absolutely nothing from this video, I do humbly apologize, but I do ask that you leave this video understanding that you are sexy, you are valid, and you are so loved. And I will see you in the next video.
Hope you like my videos. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say as YouTubers?